joy is. Come on, if you know that joy is here, sing though the night may. Hey, joy is coming, coming. All praise to the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords tonight, 'cause I know joy is coming. Yes, joy is coming. Everybody, come on. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy is coming in the morning. Touch your neighbor and say, neighbor, wake up, wake up. Joy is here. Everybody clap your hands, everybody clap your hands now. Your light can drown out darkness and bring our joy to light. We won't submit to sorrow. Our joy is coming in the morning. In the morning. Can we make this confession tonight, Columbia? Say your light can drown out darkness and bring our joy. We won't submit, no. Depression, you gotta get out of here tonight. Low self-esteem, you gotta get out of here tonight, because joy is here. In the morning. Hey, hey. Oh, your light can drown and bring our joy tonight. We won't submit to sorrow. Hey, our joy is coming. Anybody believe that your joy is here tonight? It's coming in the morning. Come on, one more time, raise it with us. So your light can drown and bring our joy. We won't submit. We have this promise that joy is coming, and we trust you for it tonight, God. It's coming in the morning. Though the night may seem weary, joy is coming, coming, coming in the morning. All praise to King Jesus, 'cause I know joy is. coming. Do you believe it? Do you believe it? Say, though the night may seem weary, hey, joy is coming, coming. All praise to King Jesus, 'cause I know joy is coming. Let's go. Your light can drown out darkness and bring our joy to life. You won't submit to sorrow. Our joy is coming in the morning. Do I have some believers in the room tonight? Say, in the morning. Let's go, Terrell. Hey, your light can drown. Joy is coming, coming, coming in the morning. All praise to King Jesus, 'cause I know joy is coming. Yes, joy is coming. Somebody shout in this room.
Joy is here. I am telling you, joy is here. We're in the midst of joy. We're in the midst of our celebration this morning, and we're happy, we're glad, and just overflowing with joy and an opportunity to celebrate with one another and our relationships and our connections this morning. I am going to just want to say happy birthday to a friend that, in my reflection, just a quick reflection, a friend of mine who passed suddenly the earlier part of this year. Yesterday was his birthday, and just thinking of him, and I just sense his presence, off and on all week, and I realized on yesterday morning that it was his birthday. And that's why I was sensing his presence. But I'd like to say happy birthday to Mr. Irk, from a long years ago friend. I knew him years and years ago, We both worked for the Bell system. I think he was stationed in Iran when he was working on a project, and we were kind of working together. I was here on statewide, and he was in Iran. Just during the right around the time that all the craziness was happening in Iran. But I thought of him yesterday, and I know that his family misses him, and he maintains a spot, a place in my heart, and of course in my memory. So I want to wish him wherever in the universe he might be, that he's thought of and he's remembered on today and yesterday for his birthday. So I'm going to ask our meditation guru, our meditation father, if he would so kindly prepare for a meditation for us. I'm going to ask Jerry to go on and start a song for us, if she would, just to kind of introduce him just a little bit. You know, you can cut it short. You don't have to play the whole thing, but just kind of give him a chance to get himself set up with something soft to play. I think we gave you a song. I think it was Wonderful, or He's So Wonderful. Kind of play just a little bit of that, Jay, if you would. And then we'll pass it on to Larry for a meditation. And I appreciate that. Thank you. So happy to see everybody here this morning while she's getting ready. While she's getting it ready. Just happy to see everybody here this morning, and I would like to just invite you to share the link. You know, it's the same link. Share the link if you could. A little bit of
For the Lord is good, his mercy will endure forever, always and forever. His truth will never end, his loyalty is ours forever, forevermore. For the Lord is good, his mercy will endure forever, always and forever. His truth will never end, his loyalty is ours forever, forevermore. Can we sing it together? For the Lord is good, his mercy will endure forever, always and forever, always and forever. His truth will never end, his loyalty is ours forever, forevermore. Oh, for the Lord is good, yeah. His mercy will endure forever, always and forever. His truth will never end, his loyalty is ours forevermore. One more time, can we sing it out? Sing. For the Lord is good, his mercy will endure, forever, always and forever. His truth will never end, his loyalty is ours forever, forevermore. Oh, there is no one like him. Oh, there is none beside him. Oh, he alone is wonderful, so wonderful, yes. Oh, there is no one like him. Oh, So wonderful.
All right, so hi, everybody. Thank you, Gene, and thank you, Team Conscious Creators. Thank you, everyone, for being here with us on this Sunday morning or coming to us at whatever moment through the joys of the internet, through the joys of technology. My name is Larry Blumberg. And if I can bring forth just half the energy that that young man brought forth, I'm doing good today. I tend to be Mr. Mellow, but I want you to know that the joy, um, flows through each and every one of us, regardless of how much we choose to express it. Just know that at any time you can contact, you can connect, you can commune with the joy. And we do that through knowing that the Lord is good and wonderful. I love the theme of celebration. And if there's any message that I've been learning profoundly and have been looking when people ask me about meditation and stuff like that, meditation, contemplation, reflection, what the joy that I look to invoke is just the joy in being, just being, okay? Yes, so many times we're given the idea of finding out what our purpose is, and feel free to close your eyes at any moment during this and allow this to just sink as deeply into you as you're willing to allow it to sink. But so often we're asked in places to do better, to grow, to what is our purpose. I mean, for years since I was in my young 20s going to courses, and every time they asked, what's your purpose? What is your mean? Why are you here? What's your intention? What is your why? The hair would go up on the back of my neck. And I didn't find out until I read a book called You Are Enough. And even going back, probably to Ram Dass's book, Just Be Here Now. And Jonathan Livingston Seagull, another great parable from whatever it was, the 70s or 80s in the Wayback Machine, where Jonathan Livingston Seagull really just wanted to be himself and to see how high he could soar and what kind of limitations were fictitious and which ones were real, if there is such a thing as real. But let us celebrate just being. Celebrate being you, knowing that you are enough, that every part of you is enough, that there is nothing to fix, there's nothing to heal, there's nothing to change or improve, that these things will occur naturally when you celebrate your relationship with yourself. Even when we look outside of ourselves, really what we're doing, and we run into a confrontation with others or something kind of sets us, off. We're really just meeting ourselves on the road. We're really just meeting ourselves. We're meeting something inside of ourselves that needs a healing. Even though I say there's nothing that needs to be fixed, healed, or changed, we also exist in this world. And this is a fairly new concept to me of not needing to fix, not needing to heal. So pardon me if I slip into some old language called healing, but these things, I was talking with Gene about this just the other day, these things, we will evolve. Okay, it's an evolution that occurs, and evolution occurs naturally. Okay, the earth doesn't seek change. The earth just is. The cardinal outside my window evolves to the point where it knows exactly what it needs to eat and when, and it exists in its perfection. They don't go to church. They don't go to seminars. They're in the world in the moment, and nothing against it, because here we are, right? Because we have been bamboozled and befuddled and dare I say, as a hypnotist, hypnotized to thinking that we need to fix ourselves, to heal ourselves, and to improve. But really, all we need to do is take a nice deep breath. This is your invitation to close your eyes take a deep breath and relax. And celebrate your relationship with yourself just as you are right now. You cannot be any better than you are right now. This is a saying that I came up with decades ago when I raced professionally, not comfortable with my fitness level. And I just came to a realization, Larry, you can't be more fit than you are right now. Now, there are things you can do right now, like close your eyes, relax, allow yourself to see where you are and what it is that's the next step on your path that you need to or want to do naturally. And then evolve as a result of that. And miraculously, life fixes itself. Life heals itself. The world heals itself, improves itself when we get out of the way. So just allow yourself to close your eyes again, breathe and relax, and allow yourself to contemplate, to meditate, to reflect on your relationships. And with every breath you exhale, allow yourself to sink deeper and deeper into your subconscious mind and reveal whatever needs to be revealed for the purposes of acceptance and allowance. Allowing is what, and accepting is what prompts evolution. We can't change the past, but we can come into acceptance of it. We can look for the lessons of it. For when we accept things as they are and as they were, we allow ourselves to evolve naturally without trying to fix, heal, or change any relationship. So continue to breathe, exhale, and relax, knowing that with every breath we take is the divine renewing our lease on life. As we relax, we empower ourselves to see deeply into our relationships with ourselves and celebrate that relationship with ourselves, and therefore be able to celebrate with our family, our friends, our colleagues in just a joyful moment. And as we continue to breathe, our breath allows us to take these meditative moments out into life so we don't leave it behind in the meditation room or in the temple. That since we are the temple, we take our lives out as a living, breathing meditation. Love you guys. So be it. I'm done. It's enough. I am enough.
When you're ready to return, Ari is going to have introduce a little music for us to quietly usher us back to our connections with one another, our relationships with one another. You are.
I saw war.
You are more than enough. I think I might have made a post this morning. I was having my meditation and I was talking. I was I was actually talking more than I was listening. But as I was talking, I just stopped because I think I was saying something like, maybe I don't really deserve this, and I really want it, and I want it to happen this way. And I just stopped. I just kind of stopped in my thought. And it came to me that you are worthy. You're worthy. You're more than enough. You can't be any more worthy than you are. You can't be any more loved than you are. You can't be any more accepted than you are, acceptable than you are, Jean. So stop saying that. Stop saying what you're not, because you're more than enough. Thank you so much, Larry, for reminding us of that and giving us a walk through on how to really listen and hear. Our hearts and our spirit remind us who and what and whose we are. We're more than enough. We're already everything that we desire to be, that lifts us up and brings us higher. We're already there. And you just in the moment, we just have to realize and recognize what is there for me to do now. So thank you so very much. And thank you so very much for Chandler Moore, who is an awesome usher of the spirit and of joy and celebration and worship in us and this morning. Celebrating our relationships and connections, that's our topic. And it requires fervent love in order to see our way through the challenges and the ups and downs of relationships and connections. Gotta have them. Gotta have them. You know, it was God, Creator, Father, in the very beginning, who in wisdom, in all knowing, saw that it was necessary for us to be connected and in relationship. God knew that. He knew that. And I believe, I'm believing it was as early as the early part of Genesis that when God actually said, after he had created the earth and the world in those 7 days, and then on that day that even Adam was around, he'd created man, and he looked at man and he said, it's just really not good for you to be alone. So God's creator and Father in his wisdom saw the need for connections, relationship, another besides besides that one Adam. So he created the connection, and then he put forth the connection. The connection was Eve, and the connection was already there because if you recall the story, he took a rib from Adam's body, his bone from himself, and he formed a woman from that. So the connection was already there. Just pulled it out of Adam, and God formed Eve. And ever since that connection, relationships have been developing and coming into being. So you see, it wasn't something that was a whimsical thought or just a maybe, let me make a pal for Jean, or a buddy for Rome, or a boss for Keturah, a daughter for Keturah, a baby girl for Keturah. That wasn't, he wasn't whimsical, just off the cuff. Say this. He said it with wisdom and understanding what we needed to fulfill and complete the job, basically, that he gave us to do. And one of the first jobs he gave us to do was to, name everything, bring everything before Adam, and Adam's supposed to name it. And then Adam was given authority to manage it and take, have authority over it and take care of it. Well, God realized that, and then God told him to, multiply. Well, you can't do that all by yourself, all that work and all that authority that was given Adam in the beginning. God realized that he needed some help. It's going to take more than a one man. So it's more than a one man's job. Okay. So he created and he formed a what God called, or Creator called in that scripture, he called a helpmeet, somebody to help meet all of the duties and all the responsibilities that was vested in man to do and to accomplish in this beautiful creation that God set forth in those first 7 days of creation. So you see, it wasn't just a passing thought that we have relationships and we have connections. They were very, very, very much, there was a purpose and a reason behind it. God's not like us, and we don't just, a lot of times I wake up in the morning, I just before I hit my floor, I make a plan and I'm good. This is what I'm going to do, and before I finish brushing my teeth, I changed it. That's his plans work. It's still working out. They're still working out to this very day, because we are still multiplying and we're still naming things and we're still creating and we're still manifesting and we're still hopefully managing and taking care of this beautiful creation. But how are we doing with those connections and those relationships? Let us ask that. Let us ask ourselves that. And this morning is a perfect time. It's, anytime is a good time to take inventory and evaluate and look and see where we are in our managing and our relationships and our connections with one another. And not just one another, connections with our plants and with our jobs and with with all of creation. All of creation. We have a connection with them. And in that connection comes responsibility. So therefore, to oversee and to manage that responsibility that we have in it, we have to build a relationship. And the better the relationship is, the better job we're going to do in seeing that job done, grabbing hold of that authority that we have to get it done. It takes cooperation, it takes collaboration, it takes relationships. So it wasn't a passing thought. So everything has a reason and a rhyme and a purpose for it. So I see that, and God basically said that, and it's not good for man to be alone. Because man's got all this to do, and it's just not good for him to have to figure out how to do it by himself. So let's make some connections, and let's make some relationships, and let's multiply, and let's get it done. So this morning, again, we're taking inventory, evaluating, and taking a closer look at our relationships and our connections. And before, I don't want to get too far here, let me just say this. Let me just say this to Father. Thank you for this morning, for your empowering spirit within us that relates and connects within each one of us. Thank you for opening our hearts and our minds and our eyes to receive the connection with the love, humility, and gratitude. I asked this morning for the heart, the mind, and the words to speak love, light, life, and peace that will convict hearts, open minds, and eyes to the beautiful understanding of what relationships and connections truly mean for our life's journey, and for this beautiful creation that you've given us. Thank you again as I speak what you have for me, for us to hear this morning. Amen. So how are you doing with your connections and your relationships and your communities, your families, your friends, your neighbors, all those relationships? This is the season to be jolly. So hopefully you're having some fun and enjoying your relationships this time of year. We have and will always have many, many, many relationships and connections. And like I said, they're necessary. Each and every one of them, each and every one of the relationships that we have, good, bad, or otherwise, some that we want to detach from or walk away from or turn away from, even they have a purpose and a reason and a specific purpose and place in our lives and in our life journey. And it benefits us to realize what they are. I hear so many people say, if it ain't working out, you need to figure out who you need to detach from. We're not meant to detach. We're meant to connect. We're meant to relate. We're meant to figure out the why, what's wrong with this connection. What is it? What am I not fervently loving deep enough, hard enough, more enough? What is it? What's lacking? I could talk all day about relationships and how important they are because, in my book, as a life coach, I tell my clients that your connections and your relationships are just mirrors. And they are. But I'm not talking about that to this morning. I want to kind of talk about, really what the spirit, what it is in a spiritual content, content or concern or thinking about it from a spiritual standpoint. What is a connection? And basically, and just plain old layman terms, it's us, it's our connection to each other, our relating to each other, so that we can have cooperation. We can love and share and celebrate and support one another and serve one another. That's basically what a relationship is all about. A lot of times we go into a relationship and we think it's just all about us. Just that, it's a one-way street. It's not a one-way street. God gave us the responsibility to serve one another and to serve each other, serve ourselves, serve the creation. So the relationship, we do that. We do all of that in the relationship. And when we have challenges with the relationship, it just means that we need to maybe step back a little bit, not detach, because basically you can't detach. Step back a bit and evaluate the relationship. There's a you and there's a me, and then there's a connection. There's a relationship, a connection between us, a relationship that, again, it's not a tangible thing that you can see, but that intangible thing called relationship and connection that you can't put your hands on, that is the vehicle by which we serve and name and manage and take authority over the creation that the job that we've been given as human beings. We're responsible for taking care of the plants, the animals, the birds, and the bees, and each other too. But in order to do that, sometimes we have to look at and evaluate and take an inventory of our relationships and our connections. So in the mind of God, relationship and connection is basically an opportunity for you guys to get the job done like he spoke it out for us to do in the first place. He handed it over. He created it. God created it and handed the management and the care over to us. And I can't do it by myself. I don't know about you. I have a lot of stuff going on in my home, and but I still need the public work people to come and take care of the trash, the overflow that I have. I still need I still need a doctor. I still need the banker to help me with my family. I still need teachers. I still need neighbors. I still need someone else to help me get it all done. So do you. But it takes relationships to do it. Takes relationships. And again, no matter how challenging they are or how difficult they are, he gave us responsibility to manage them too, manage those as well. He created them. He created it. He created the vehicle for us, showed us how to do it, how to get it started. And it's up to us to go back to the drawing, go back to the, I don't know, the user manual maybe, go back to the creator maybe, and find out, what can I do different? How can I do it differently? And the first thing I'll probably tell you is that how well are you loving, Jean? How deep is your love, girl? I hear you talk about detaching, but you want to put this relationship down and you want to detach from this, but what are you doing to help it? You're busy trying to figure out how to detach. What are you doing to, what is that love? That love that covers the multitude of those areas until they're fixed and they're, the remedy comes and where's the love? That is exactly what Creator will tell me if I go to him and say, I can't deal with Larry. What am I gonna do? He's gonna say, where's your love, girl? Where's your love? So at the beginning, like I said, at the beginning, God said it was not good for us to be alone. And he still says that today. He's that is still set in stone today. It's still not good for us to be alone. It's still not. So relationships are important because, again, we need to relate and connect with one another so that we can take care and manage and serve and do and take take hold of that authority that we were given. And again, we learn so much from a relationship too, from relationships and connections. Without relationships and connections, you would half of what we know, we wouldn't know. We wouldn't know. Because we learn through those relationships. And learning is not always, happy, and sometimes you learn things you really don't want to know, but you learn them and then you're wiser and then you can move forward in that relationship and those connections with more wisdom and understanding. I think the wisest man in the Bible was Solomon. And he was wise enough to know that he couldn't do it all by himself. And that he needed, even his intellect, the smartest man in the world, he knew that the authority that was given him needed more than just a book education or a school education or classroom education. He knew that it would take something deeper. And love is the first, but then we learn how to love through relationships. And we realize how difficult it is sometimes to love. That's why we have to drop even deeper often with that love. So it's difficult and it's challenging as relationships can be. We would lack so many things in our lives if we didn't have them. So we ought to value them as we're experiencing them. We ought to value the connections, value the relationships, realize that we are indeed social beings anyway, and sometimes it's nice to be alone. And I value my alone time. But when I get to the place where I want company, I'm not satisfied until I get it. And I get to choose and decide, who to connect with, who to activate the connection with, because we're always connected, who to activate that connection with some communication and some talking and some relating. But again, without that connection in those relationships, not only would I be lonely, but I would be less than a complete person, I would be less fulfilled. Let me put it that way. I'd be less fulfilled because God gave us the relationships and the connections to help meet those things that he's placed in our lives to get done and to have and to be. Yeah. In any relationship, there will ultimately be times when we don't see eye to eye, which may result, of course, in conflicts and arguments. And in those cases, it's easy to let our anger color our vision and forget all the good that we see in the other person. Again, we can't see any good when those times when we seem to be miles apart. And the Bible verse that we use, that the mantra, the theme, that marching papers for the week to come, the days to come, is something that, again, if you readily just confirm it, affirm it to yourself. It's love is not always about feeling either, okay? So you might say, I don't feel love. Well, I don't have to feel it. Just do it. Just be it. Just act it. Don't say you feel it. I says love fervently. And ask God, what is fervently supposed to look like, feel like, smell like, taste like? I don't know. Because I ain't feeling it right now. I'm not feeling it for this person. But I am connected. I'm connected with that person. And as much as I want not to be, I am. And I still have something that I have to get done with that connection and through that connection and in that relationship. So in order to get it done, I'm going to have to find a way to cover all those mistakes that I keep looking at, that's glaring at me constantly, day in, day out. It's reminding me what you did or didn't do. But that affirmation, I love myself and others deeply, because I know, I understand that it is love. It is the love that covers every mistake that I make, the other person they make, the other ethnic group makes, the other country makes, the other nation makes. It covers all of that. I might not feel it, but I know, I trust and believe love does what love says it's going to do. So I use and I get deep. I don't stop until I see the result. I am not trying to feel it. I just ain't gonna feel it, but I'm gonna see it. So relationships are essential in our life because God made us to be helpmeets. And I gotta have somebody to help me meet. You gotta have somebody to help you meet. Learn how to strengthen your relationships, even those that you wish you could detach from. And I'm saying wish, because you can't. God created connections, and you can mess them up. We can mess them up, we can run them, we can turn away from them, but you know what? We're just dragging them along with us because we're still connected. We're all connected. We're all one. We're all one. When he said multiply, it wasn't multiply what you are. He didn't say go make a whole different whole different being and no. He said multiply the being that I created. Make it stronger, make it bigger, make it bolder, make it better. Love covers unacceptable differences. Love covers the mistakes. Let me leave you with this wish and hope for the world. It is simple, that the same spirit that created and made the very first relationship and connection between first God and us, then man and God, and man, allow that spirit to permeate your beingness, to overflow from your beingness, to strike hold of that intangible relationship, that intangible connection, and breathe life into it, and breathe love into it, so that you are, and we are able to help meet the responsibility, the authority, the job duties that was given to us as the created. God loves us dearly, and trusts us enough to know that we can do it. We can do it. So manifest best by creating and honoring and celebrating and loving on your relationships and connections. I'm going to leave it at that this morning. Just know that whomever you're connected with, actively connected with, or inactively connected with, there's a purpose in it. There's a reason for it. Go to source, go to creator, go to the founder of creation, of relationships and connections, and find out, how is this supposed to work? How is it supposed to work? Show me how to walk through this. Tell me about this fervent love thing. Do I need to wear a special kind of glasses? What is it that I need to do? Father, creator, source. Because I am more than willing and more than wanting to be the helpmeet that I was created to be. It takes relationships to do it. Show me how to do a relationship. Show me how to do a connection. And once I know, I'm going to celebrate it. Like today, I'm celebrating. I'm celebrating it because I'm beginning to understand it a little bit better. beginning to understand that I don't have to turn away from or detach. I don't have to detach. And I'm like Larry, I don't believe in we got all the sickness that we got to heal. No, I think that we got a lot of misunderstanding or lack of understanding, or I don't know, understanding, whatever. We're lacking that. And once we get that understanding and we allow spirit to lead us, it's an inside job, y'all, lead us, then we will be able to not detach, but enforce connections, reinforce them, empower them, so that this world that we live in will be even better. Manifest best, my brothers and my sisters, my connections, my relatives, my relationships, my neighbors, my friends, my conscious ones. Manifest best. Be the help me that you were created to be. Relate, connect. God bless you. I love you, and I hopefully will see you next week. Let me invite you to share our link. Share our link with your neighbors and friends, and look us up on our YouTube channel as well. I want to thank Larry again for being with us this morning. Larry is I don't know if he says it, I don't know if you're all getting, but he is a licensed hypnotherapist. And he's also and I think that the meditation comes under that too as well. But he's awesome, and he's a mellow fellow.
Yeah.
But I can tell.
There's no licensing for hypnotherapy. So certifications are.
Certifications. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, he's certified. He's a certified. Yes, that's what you are. I call it license. License is certified. I like your smile, by the way. Anyway, thanks so much for being with us this morning. And again, have a wonderful holiday season. And remember, your walking papers, your walking orders, your marching orders for the week is that I love myself and others deeply, because I know that it is love that covers a multitude of errors, sins, and mistakes. All right. Until next week, see you guys then. God bless. I love you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.